you're here because you simply just could not sit by and let Farnborough Airport continue its assault on our planet. Frankly, because you're awake and you've seen Libya, Pakistan, Japan, Nottingham, Shrewsbury, York, maybe your back garden inundated with severe flooding at the same time as you've seen private jets taking off with fewer than 3 passengers, and frankly you've thought, well, something's not quite right here. Maybe it's because you felt the searing heat of a 40-degree summer, and it's going to be warmer this summer, whilst 40% of the flights from this airport, yeah, that's 40%, take off without a single passenger at all. Now, I know it's been proclaimed many times, but it can't be overstated. The poorest and most vulnerable in our society and around the world are suffering the most from climate devastation caused by a tiny, exceedingly wasteful minority of people. And you and I know that that problem is growing. Wealth is being polarised. Even in the UK, as has been evidenced in recent years, it's not safe from the looming threat of climate change. Private flights produce up to 50 times more emissions than commercial flights. No ambiguity. Fact. The only form of travel more polluting than private jets is space travel. So unless you've got, like Musk or Bezos, a rocket stashed away in your back garden that you're going to, take a joyride on over a bank holiday weekend, your environmental impact from travel won't even make a dent in the havoc that private jet travellers are wreaking on the world. That's what it comes down to. Our government's Climate Change Committee, a veritable body actually, that have done great work and held our government to account, have stated unequivocally that there should be no more expansion of the aviation industry until a plausible way of mitigating emissions has been found. So, Farnborough, what we've got to ask, and what we're asking today, is what is your solution? How are you justifying this grossly miscalculated expansion? And please don't say sustainable aviation fuel. Everyone knows that that's a fantasy and will remain a fantasy for the foreseeable future. Frankly, it's Branson-branded bullshit. In the meantime, we can't even begin to estimate how local residents' health is being affected, not just because of the harmful pollutants produced by the jets, those ultrafine particles which aren't even being measured, but also due to the impact on their mental health. 5 flights a day going over, and now it might be subjected to up to 18 flights an hour. That's in rural areas. What about our right to well-being? That is so intrinsically linked to our surroundings, our environment. What about the right of our children to grow up in an environment free of contaminants? And that includes noise pollution, constant interruption. Ultimately, this comes down to justice, and justice on many levels. And what we're principally talking about here, I suppose, is climate justice, but not only that. We're calling, therefore, on Farnborough Airport to abandon any plans they have of expansion, because the lives of those private jet users are worth no more than the lives of everyone and everything else on this planet. And let me just reiterate that. Farnborough Airport, we are calling on you to abandon these plans. They are not fit for the 21st century and the way that we know, and our scientists, and indeed many of our politicians know, that we have to simply adapt and change, not continue with bad business as usual, and certainly not expand bad business. Sometimes it takes courage to go out and protest, especially these days with the repression that we're facing when it comes to public protest. So feel good, speak to one another, energise, invigorate, and empower yourselves to know that you are making a difference. Your voice counts, your voice is important, and today your voice is being heard. Thank you very much.